Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I've had a pretty awesome year this year, travelling... What are you doing? Do you know, he only ever does this when I'm recording video. There we go. Right, so I've had a pretty awesome year this year, travelling about and making content. And in September, I was invited on the Emerald Guitars music tour. Emerald Guitars, if you don't know, make these absolutely awesome carbon fibre guitars in Donegal, Ireland. And twice a year, they offer this music tour where they offer 45 guests to come to Donegal, and you stay in this fantastic hotel and you go and see all of these sites and listen to all this fantastic music and just really immerse yourself in the environment there. Now, Emerald Guitars are just about to release their next tour dates, which is going to be in May 2025. I'm going to leave all the details in the notes so you guys can go and check that out if you do fancy going on this tour. I would highly recommend it. It is one of those life-changing experiences, and it really was the highlight of my year. Anyway, what I've done, I've condensed the whole 5 days of the tour into about a 10-minute video, so you guys can go and check it out. But if you really want to see the full tour and see more footage, I'll also leave a link in the notes so you guys can go to Emerald Guitars and you can go and see a more sort of full-length video. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. So you arrive in Dublin and then you're picked up and you're driven to Rockhill House Hotel. Rockhill House is an absolutely stunning 400-year-old luxury hotel spa set in the hills of Donegal. And Emerald Guitars exclusively books out the hotel just for the guests of the Emerald Guitars tour, and this hotel really is something special. Now, the first day was actually quite relaxed, so you can become accustomed with your surroundings, and after relaxing and exploring the hotel and its 100 acres, there's a welcome dinner which was absolutely amazing in this stunning ballroom, and afterwards there was this awesome jam session which was a little bit whiskey and Guinness fueled, I should say, which went on to the early hours. Day 2 started with breakfast and a 10 AM departure to the Emerald Guitars factory tour. Emerald Guitars have just built this brand new high-tech factory, and you're taken around and shown how their carbon fibre guitars were made.
We have 17 different molds that we use to make about 25 different models.
There's plenty of time to explore the Emerald Guitars gallery where you can try all of the various models they make. And after lunch we're taken to what they call the cottage, which is on the same site, for a concert with the band On Or, which was one of the highlights for me for the whole week.
Oh, I didn't go. So I thought I miss my mornings. I was hungry, I heard you some tonic away. Thought I was waiting.
It was then back to Rockhill House for dinner and plenty of Guinness, and then out again to a traditional Irish pub called McGinley's Bar for a gig, and again plenty of Guinness. Day 3, I think for me, was possibly my favourite day as we went up to Ivey Castle. Ivey Castle sits on the banks of Loch Vey overlooking the Derryveigh Mountains, and it was absolutely stunning. And as throughout the whole tour, there's music put on everywhere you turn. Now, some of the guests then went on to Doe Castle, while others went off for an afternoon spa session back at Rockhill House.
That is special.
Then it was back to Rocco House for a masterclass looping clinic with a great guitar player called Davey Kay.
So I'll loop that first.
And then dinner at the church restaurant with whiskey tasting and then a concert in the evening. This was an extra highlight of the tour for me, as the first act was the awesome Larry Mitchell. Day 4 was pretty much full on. An early start with falconry in the wall garden at Rocco House. Then it was departure for Port Salon via Knockalla viewing point. It was amazing to see, as the coastline around Donegal is absolutely stunning, very different to the sort of coastline that we're used to in the UK and Ireland. Next, it was a short drive down to Port Salon to Stores Bar, which is exactly as you'd imagine a traditional Irish pub with traditional Irish music, and the guests of the tour can join in. After a couple of hours and lunch at the bar, it was on to Fanad Head Lighthouse with an open air concert. Then it was on to the singing pub in Clontalla, where there was even more live music. Day 5 started with a trip to the Green End Fort overlooking County Donegal.
He walked up to her and he says, pardon me, lady, for begging so free. Hold me fine, honor, lady, have me heart one, and if you deny me, I'm surely undone.
So we're going to move on, but the undertone story was part of BBC Northern Ireland's programme.
Then off to Derry for an awesome history tour of the Derry Walls, followed by a concert in St Augustine's Church on the Wall of Derry from the band Ports. And lastly, it was an awesome evening with a final dinner for all the guests of the Emerald Guitars music tour. So there you go. I really hope you guys got something out of that. If you do want to know the dates for next year's tours, they are the 11th to the 16th of May, that's 2025, and the 31st of August to the 5th of September 2025. I would highly recommend going to check one of these tours out. They are absolutely fantastic, and you get to meet all sort of like-minded people, and you go and visit the amazing County Donegal, which was an absolute treat. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click on the bell button and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'll leave all the details for next year's tours in the notes below with all the links. So if you want to go and check that out, you can do. Anyway, as I said, I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.